Hi there. Do you know that according to science, neuroscientists say that the speech center of the brain controls all the other nerves in the body? So the nerves in your reproductive organs, the nerves in your legs, your lower body, the nerves in your back, your spinal cord, all your nerves are controlled by only one center, the speech center, and that's why the words you speak are very powerful. Now, so guess what? Let's assume that you say, oh, I'm so thirsty, I'm gonna die, I feel like I'm gonna die, or this traffic is killing me. Guess what? Your speech center sends a message to all your nerves in your body. Say, oh, she just said the traffic is killing her. Begin to assume that you are dying. So your nerves begin to die gradually. Your nerves begin to die. And if you begin to say it constantly, if you have a habit of saying it, you are training your nerves to die before their time. Or you say, oh man, I swear that I would have died in that traffic. I would have died watching that film. It was so boring. I was going to fall asleep and die. You know, just say negative things. You know what? You are telling your nerves to become accustomed to death because the speech center of the brain controls. Hold up. I know you're enjoying the video, but guess what? I'm facilitating a class on how to reprogram the subconscious. I'm going to use a lot of stories that people can relate with, real life stories. This is going to be very practical. So do you want to change negative patterns? Do you want to break free from limiting thoughts and limiting belief systems? I'm going to use my life as an example. I bedwetted until I was 16. I was able to break free from that. I came out of 2 years of suicidal thoughts. I was able to break free from that. I went on to memorize 14 books of the Bible. I went on to build amazing habits, fasting every day for 10 years, build amazing habits in my life that I'm very proud of. And I want to show you some of the principles in reprogramming the subconscious. If you want to be part of this training, scan the QR code. And I have another training I'm doing as well. It's called How Individuals Become Institutions. Now, I have studied 500 of the most important companies in the world over the last 100 years. And I have put together the most exciting research I have ever done. A 4-hour presentation on how individuals become institutions. In every sector in the world, every sector, 4 companies dominate the sector, control 80% of everything that goes on in that sector. I'll give you an example. In the automobile industry, it's dominated by Toyota, Volkswagen, BMW, and Hyundai. In the food industry, is controlled by PepsiCo and Coca-Cola, Kraft Heinz, Mondelez, and Monsanto. Then, in the beauty sector, it's controlled by 4 companies: L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, Johnson & Johnson, and Procter & Gamble. In the media world, it's controlled by 4 companies. You have Disney, Time Warner, Comcast Viacom, and News Corporation, and so on and so forth. But I want to show you how these companies started from individuals to become companies that dominate entire industries. It's a training that is not only necessary for people who are in the corporate sector. If you are a parent, if you are a student, you need to have this. I wish I'd known this when I was 20 years younger, 25, 30 years younger. I would have made my life a whole lot better. So you are drawing from decades and centuries of experience. I recommend this training for everybody who is interested in succeeding and knowing how to maximize time, how individuals become institutions, how individuals become institutions. It's a 4-hour presentation. I'm giving you nothing but facts, showing you in a storyline format how individuals become institutions. You will love it. So if you're interested, scan the QR code. Bye for now, and back to the video. All the other centers of the brain. So be careful about the words that you speak. They are very powerful. Secondly, in 1994, a Japanese scientist called Masaru Emoto performed an experiment where he took 2 jars of water. To one jar, he spoke positive words. To the other jar, he spoke negative words. Then he viewed those 2 jars under a microscope and was able to see that the words he was speaking to each of the jars affected the molecular structure of the jars. Words affect the molecular structure of water. Write it down. Words affect the molecular structure of water. And guess what? The earth we live in is made up of water, more water than land. The human body is 70% water. Your brain is 80% water. So when you speak words, you are changing the molecular structure of your body, the molecular structure of your environment. Everything we see were created by words. So the Bible tells us, in the beginning, God said, let there be light, and there was light. God said, let the firmament appear. Everything was. So words create everything. And I explained in one of my previous videos, everything we see are made up of atoms. Atoms are made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. And protons, neutrons, and electrons are made up of invisible particles. Part of those invisible particles are the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think, and the feelings that we entertain. One more time, those invisible particles are made up of the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think, and the feelings that we entertain. So be careful about your words. I hope this works well for you. Do have an amazing day, and bye for now.
Hi there, I'm Adekomi Olusoya, publisher of the Immersion Bible, and I will get you addicted to the Word of God, line upon line, precept upon precept. If you would like access to any of my books, products, or services, scan the QR code after this and you will have access to that. Kemi sends her love as always. Do have an amazing day, and bye for now.